Presidential debates have become an essential feature of modern American politics. Since the Kennedy-Nixon debates in 1960, they have become a way for the public at large to view presidents, or presidents as candidates as they compete for the White House. After 1960, there were no presidential debates again until 1976, when President Ford, in a very tight race with Governor Jimmy Carter, agreed to a series of debates. That created actually some interesting historical moments, particularly one where President Ford suggested that Poland was not under Soviet domination, and that while that was probably not decisive in the election, certainly a memorable moment in American politics and no doubt influenced some voters. Well, presidential debates are unique in the race for the White House because they're the one venue that any person who has access to a television and is interested can see the presidential candidates up close and witness them responding to a series of questions about their policy agenda, leadership skills, their personal interests. The questions run a range of issues, but primarily are focused on politics and policymaking. And there's really no other comparable venue unless you go to see a candidate up close at an event, but even then up close is usually at quite a distance. It's not possible to see two presidential candidates, the two general election candidates together, other than in the presidential debates. The moderator is the one who, if he or she isn't the one selecting the questions or writing the question, will be culling the questions from the audience, will be identifying the key issues that have to be raised. Most of presidential debates in recent elections have had themes: foreign policy, domestic policy, economic policy, etc. The town hall meeting where you get public questions. And the moderator is the one for making sure that all of the preparation is in place, and then addressing any questions or controversies that come up during the course of this live debate. At Hofstra, we had the unique opportunity to hear Wolf Blitzer from CNN speak about his experience moderating 3 Republican primary debates. And it was quite informative to hear the story behind the story over issues such as controversial questions, conflicts between candidates, almost criticisms of the moderator for raising certain issues. And from hearing his perspective, we had a very keen understanding or better appreciation of just how challenging the moderator's job is. Since 1992, when Bill Clinton, President George H.W. Bush, and Ross Perot participated in a 3-person debate, that was the first kind of informal presidential debate where they took questions from the audience. They were not seated behind a table or behind lecterns. It was more informal. And since then, the idea of a town hall meeting type debate has become a common feature in the elections. In fact, Hofstra on October 16th will be hosting the town hall meeting debate. Jim Lehrer's book, Tension City, gives us the perspective of several former presidents and presidential candidates, not all of them positive on the debates. But for the most part, it seems to be, I think it is true, that presidential candidates hone their communication skills, their rapid response abilities, and just their ability to convey their agendas through participating in these debates. Now, in 2012, we have had close to 24 Republican primary debates, so we're not even close to the general election yet. And there is certainly a fair assessment that, is this too much? However, we've seen the number of nominees whittled down from close to 10 to down to 4, and each debate has been informative in some way. So they are a marathon for the candidates. They are grueling. They require extensive preparation, and they're time-consuming for the audience as well. But they do present an important test for candidates, and a candidate who can make it through the debates is much better prepared to be president. Governor Howard Dean, a senior presidential fellow at the Kalikow Center, has said on campus several times that if you're not prepared to go through the rigors of the presidential debates, how will you be prepared for the rigors of the presidency?